Hi, welcome back to Discipleship Academy. At the time that I'm recording this, we are wrapping up our Christmas season and moving into a brand new year. So it's the season of giving, and we all like to give gifts, but let's be honest with ourselves. We like to get gifts as well. Well, guess what? Our Heavenly Father has gifts to give us as well. They're called spiritual gifts. These are gifts that He gives to us that empower us to carry out the work and ministry and His will in this world. There are so many different kinds of gifts. I'm not even going to try to name them all here. This is simply to introduce you to the fact that God does have gifts to give to all believers, and everybody has at least one, and many of us have more than one. And we need to discover our gifts. Just like when you get that gift from under the tree, you might try to guess what's in it. You might try to figure out by the shape or the size what's in that package. But it isn't until you open the gift do you really know what you have inside. So, this next series of lessons is focused on how to discover our spiritual gifts, what those spiritual gifts are, and how we may be able to identify them operating within us. But before we get into all of that, there's some introductory material that needs to be discussed. The first thing I want to talk about is something that we call the thread that holds it all together, that ties us together. And so today I'm wearing a sweater. And so think of it like this, that if I were to get a loose thread on this sweater and I were to pull that thread and not knot it off, but just pull on it, we all know that eventually the sweater will unravel because that's the way this kind of material is. It's knit together in such a way that if you pull it, you will unravel it and you will have no garment left. Well, spiritual gifts have a thread that ties them together, and that's called love. And so the next lesson really is two lessons in one. It's one that discusses that tie, that special thread that holds ourselves together, holds the spiritual gifts together, and keeps us intact, operating in our gifts as we ought to. And the second part of this lesson discusses what some of the spiritual gifts are, gives us an opportunity to look at introductory material in our scriptures, and gets you ready for the next chapter, the next unit that we will be covering in Discipleship Academy, which is spiritual gifts. I'm not going to get into them one by one, but just invite you to um, go to the link, to the email link below, and request your copy for this module, which is actually a two-in-one module for introduction of spiritual gifts. So please go to the link in the link, go to the link below and write to us, and we will be sure to send it to you. Just make sure that you request which one you are looking for as far as spiritual gift overview or spiritual gift introduction, and I will know which ones to send to you. Also, always welcome your comments, always glad to hear from you. I enjoy engaging in any questions that you may have as you go through these lessons. And remember, there's some things that I just don't want you to forget, that there really are no wrong answers. They're your answers. That what God is revealing to you. And I am not here to decide if you have the right answer or the wrong answer for you. The other thing I want you to remember is that this is not a rush job. You take your time. If one of these lessons makes you pause and really go over it again and again, that's okay. Do that. I would rather that you get a hold of what it is God has for you in a lesson instead of rushing through and trying to get it all done. Take your time, read your material, pray on it, meditate on it, practice those disciplines that we've been building in the previous modules, because practicing those disciplines will help you moving forward into this next unit on spiritual gifts. We look forward for the next time. God bless you. God keep you.